Happy Thanksgiving! We put together a special montage for you on this Thanksgiving edition of Green Chair Conversations. Over the past few interviews and one upcoming interview, we asked a few of our guests, what is gratitude to you and how do you practice it? Yes, I know, we have been bombarded this month and especially this week on the topic of gratitude. But I wanted us to hear firsthand from a few of our previous guests to get their perspective. There's just something so beautiful and enriching when we can sit and learn from a diversity of voices. I hope today inspires, centers, and helps you find creative ways to pursue gratitude this Thanksgiving season. Check out this first ever Thanksgiving edition of Green Chair Conversations. Okay, so gratitude.
Yeah.
What is gratitude to you, and what does that look like practically speaking? How do you live that out?
To me, it's like the difference between life and death. The difference between your day being really awesome or just being terrible is your attitude of gratitude. A buddy of mine told me something, I was quoting a song, he said, what did he say? He said, a day where my gratitude and thankfulness is higher than my expectations is going to be a great day.
Wow.
So you set expectations, it's like, no, man, I'm just gonna be thankful. I'm not gonna set any expectations. I will, I'm not gonna be lazy with the goal setting, but I'm gonna be thankful. And when I do that, it's a game changer for me. I had a Thanksgiving journal I kept about halfway through prison. I just started doing it. And it was like the same entry every day, because ain't nothing changing in prison. But I just kept at it. And it really changed my attitude. I was probably, jail, it's terrible, but I was like, it brought me a sense of joy, and so I continue to do that daily. I just journal at the end of the day what I'm thankful for, and it really amplifies what happened that I might have forgotten during the day. And so
do you have like a number? Do you do like top 5, or do you just start writing out all the good things at the end of the day? How do you do that?
I just sit down, get alone for a minute, take a few deep breaths, settle myself in my prayer room, shut the door, and start thinking about what was cool. Mm-hmm. You know, what was that, man? A cup of coffee was really awesome for some reason. I think I'm gonna go with Folgers now. I don't like community. Like Folgers is great, that was rock. The Cardinal came up next to me and almost hit me, but it was a Cardinal, whoa, and just all these, just the little things. And then you begin to see where God is winking at you, kind of a deal. So, it's a game changer. You gotta be thankful.
Yeah, and I like that you've made it literally a practice. Every day you've made it a practice. That's key.
Habit.
And I like too that it's a practice when it's the same thing every day.
Yeah.
When you said you started doing it, it's like it was the same thing. You're in prison, nothing changes, but you're still doing it. Yeah. And there's almost like there's got to be something to that practice that's really kind of it's just lifting our gaze.
Yeah, exactly. And when the days had something kind of different from the last 4, that was really cool. You're like, whoa, man. And you're catching everything. Visitation came through, and Mom put $25 on my books. I can get a honey bun now or whatever, Be as crazy with it as you want.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a deep well of gratefulness to me.
A deep well of gratefulness. That's good.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's really good. How do you practice that? How do you stay grateful?
I just reminisce on my story, and I can point to times where the Lord has provided for me and my family.
Wow.
Growing up, struggling financially, people would just be like, just be a teenager. And I'm like, it costs money to be a teenager, But now that I'm older, I'm like, man, the Lord provided for everything.
Yeah.
Everything, and I'm super grateful for that. Just because it just taught me to rely on Him, and to just trust His provision and trust that He will always give what we need, at the right time too. So,
that's good. So essentially for you, gratitude, you stay grateful by looking back.
Yes.
By looking back and being like, okay, the Lord has provided. Let's not forget that.
Yep.
That's important because it's easy to forget that stuff.
Very easy to forget it, And so whenever, situations arise that are similar, it's like, I know the Lord showed up then. It's not going to be any different now. So,
yes.
so yeah.
The first thing I do is I give thanks every day. that I can have the opportunities to do what I get to do every single day and experience the people that I get to experience, work with families, maybe encourage families, be there for the students that are there, but also to be able to experience the community at large who just open up their hearts for, other people.
Yeah.
And so I'm very grateful for the opportunities to see that each and every day. And so I give thanks each day. At the end of the day, I reflect and I go, God, thank you for allowing me these opportunities to get to know your precious angels. And all the people that help support this community.
I like that. So that's how you end your day. I like that. That kind of keeps it on a positive note, because you can go throughout your day and it can be a hard day, but you get to the end of your day and you're saying, hey, thank you, God, for boom, 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 keeping your perspective. I like that.
I am able to do day-to-day things with people that really put me in a situation where I'm grateful for that. Like my clients, when every time our session is over at the end, I look and I say, thank you so much, and that goes a long way as far as, getting them back in the door and letting them know you appreciate them as much as they appreciate you. And every day I get up, I just try, on that way to work, I just try to thank God for that day, because it could have been the total opposite way for me, and I'm just grateful for that opportunity to be able to just help people every day reach a goal that they have. And however long that takes, if God grants me to wake up the next day and I'm there to do it, being on time and all that stuff is very important to me. And I'm grateful to be able to do that,
That's good. So it's almost for you is like your drive to work. Is this time, like a centering time?
Yeah. So my drive to work, and then, like I said before, my me time is important.
Yes.
And that me time for me is usually my workout time. I get to go in and I put my headphones on and I listen to music and I zone in on what I'm doing because I want to get it done. But those are also times that I just listen as well, because things are at that moment are going through my head of what's next? What do I want to do next? What do I need to get done? And sometimes those things are in an order and sometimes they're not. But I'm able to just reflect for that hour and a half, sometimes two, to just think about the most important things that are going on with me and my family, and how can I make those things happen within a manner of time, but just be diligent about that. And I think just being able to sit still, even when I'm not at the gym and I'm just at home and nothing is going on, kids are upstairs, wife may be on the phone, and I'm just able to sit still. Those are precious moments for me too, because I wonder a lot. I'm just always trying to push forward with something new, especially in my world of fitness. I'm always trying to just look up new stuff and practice new stuff. So those things take time to just learn to do yourself before you put them into action. So I reflect on those and just, I'm soaking stuff in all the time though.
That's good.
Just whenever I'm still, I'm trying to soak something in.
I like that. It's just like centering practices, which is so cool. So your Monday motivation video, I loved your advice in that too, which I think it was number one, it was so timely because it's like you orchestrated an ambulance to go by.
that was like,
that was crazy at the end of the video. But you talked about slowing down. And so what you're saying isn't necessarily, like you're saying, yes, we slow down, but also you're being intentional about these moments, right? And so I think those moments, when you're intentional in those, that allows you to slow down.
Life is fast right now. So fast, has been fast. And it's one of those things that the more and more we start to just let things around us, personally and other people's things as well, just clutter our mind and our time with just frustration, I think that blocks us from really taking that next step to doing what you need to do because you're so caught up. When you get caught up in stuff, you're trying to figure out how to get out of it. So that's not a problem, but it's a situation you got to navigate through. So I think being able to just sit still and just listen, pray, meditate, whatever that looks like for you, I think that's very, very important because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anything else.
Yeah, that's good. I love that your advice is almost like this, like centering, finding these slow moments to really just center ourselves so that we can focus on being grateful and having these moments and being intentional in that.
You matter, I matter, we matter.
Being intentional. And you know what's cool too, you talk about being on time, isn't it? Like, number one, I was late, so sorry. But also, like, that's a really, I've heard a lot of people, Tommy's big on this too. And so that's another way of saying, like, being on time and being careful. Being careful with your time time and being
appreciative.
able,
Being appreciative of other people's time and your time is important because you can't get it back.
Yeah.
You can't waste time.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't buy it.
That's good.
So therefore, why waste it?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Thank you so much for these reminders. That's
Thank
perfect.
you so much.
And that is a wrap for our first ever Thanksgiving edition of Green Chair Conversations. We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And as always, feel free to check out any previous Green Chair Conversations at hopechurchmemphis.com/GCC, or you can email me at greenchair@hopechurchmemphis.com. Love you guys. Have an amazing Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.